what we're doing next is we are practicing doing some soapstone carving. And we're gonna start off kind of on the small scale. These are like some little blocks and little pendants. And you know, I'll give you the size in a minute, but the ones that have the pre-drilled holes are gonna be made into pendants. So I bought you guys so you can have the soapstone, and then for the pendants, I bought like the actual kit so you can make that into a necklace. So what we're going to do is we're gonna use the one that has no hole and as a practice, and then we'll use this one to make a pendant and actually make it into something wearable. And then I also have a bigger piece of soapstone that we're gonna carve, and that's what we'll work on for a little bit. We'll work on these little ones, we'll take a break from soapstone, and then we'll come back to it towards the end of the year. So what are we gonna do with this? Let me put my camera on the board so you can see. If I can find it. Let me put my camera on the board. But pretty much what you're gonna do, you're gonna take a piece of paper today and you're gonna do a little bit of planning. Now, the soapstone, the size of it, it's pretty small. It's not something that's big. Let me get the exact measurements. They are 1 inch by 1.5 inch. So they're 1 inch by 1.5 inch. So if you actually want to take a ruler, you can kind of measure this out and see how big they are. So they're not like super humongous pieces of soapstone. They're small. You know, they're meant like if you guys wear jewelry, you know, like small little crosses that you wear around your neck, that's, you know, the size they are. Like I said, one of them will have a pre-drilled hole, and then you'll get another one about the same size that will not have a hole in it. Now I figured what we could do is we could use the one without the hole kind of as a practice, because we've never done this before. And so as soon as I get the supplies in, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get a kit ready for you guys, and I'm gonna include everything that I got for you so you can work this. Pretty much what you're gonna have is you're gonna have a small rasp, you're gonna have some like cutter tools, and you will have some sandpaper, and that's what we're gonna use to work these. Now there are like way better tools that you can use, but that's with our budget kind of what we were able to afford. The cool thing about it is you'll actually get to try it out. So that's what you're gonna do, right? So what you need to do today is you actually need to plan this out. And what do you need to do is you need to have 2 views of your drawing. So what I would do, I would draw, and you can draw it bigger than the regular scale. And then the thickness, they're not very thick, so I'm gonna do a little side view. So from here, you can kind of draw what it's gonna look like in the front. And then from here, you can kind of draw what it's gonna look like from the side. Right, just so you kind of have an idea of what it's gonna look like, okay? That's pretty much what you wanna do. You wanna plan out the drawing for this soapstone pendant. So we're kind of working a little bit ahead as we wait for these supplies to get in. But the good news is once it gets here, then you will be able to start working on it right away, okay? Let me let this person in. So what I will create an assignment for on tomorrow is I'm gonna create an assignment so you can just turn in your page of your drawings for the soapstone carving, okay? And if you don't know what soapstone is, it's pretty much a very soft stone that's made of compressed talc. I don't know if y'all know like baby powder. I mean, but it's talc that is like super compressed. You know, a lot of people like to use it for countertops, for sinks. You know, it's a lot of, especially beginning sculptors like to use it because it's a little bit easier to carve than marble, than granite, than some of the harder stones. So for today, work on front view, side view of what you're gonna do with the pendant. Now, some of your side views are gonna be like, what? Why the heck do I gotta draw a side view? It's super easy, but I'm telling you, the more you plan, the better it's gonna get, because no plan, a lot of times we mess things up. So make a good little plan. I mean, we're just looking for a couple of sketches, look up some ideas, see what you think you'll like. And yeah, that's what we have to do. I will create the assignment so you could turn it in towards the end of class with the due date of tomorrow.